Statement. Wichser. Ja, komm, halt's Maul. Warum nicht? Halt, wo weißt du, ich streame? Thema. Komm nach dir, Digga. Ja, passt doch. Wäre dumm, wenn nicht. Natürlich, hä? Digga, wer bin ich denn? Okay, Digga, ich streame in 1080p. Ja, das bist du. Also wenn du mir gerade immer noch zuguckst, dann bist du's. Komm, Mashallah. Okay. Digga, der Teammate hilft einfach, also der Gegner hilft einfach ein Tor zu machen, geil. Fuck. Mann! Mashallah! Wir gewinnen gerade. Digga, verpiss dich doch, du Wichser, Digga. Packt er mich einfach am Sack. Gib mal einen Ball, Digga. Du Pisser, du Pisser, du Wichser. Das ist, guck mal, jetzt mein Teammate macht der Hurensohn. Der packt mich. Digga, absolut. Alter, Ehrenmann. Ja, wir gewinnen gerade übel. Nein, du Fixer. Was? Digga, ich hatte, das war meiner, Digga. Das war sowas von meiner. Guck mal, Jaffi. Ja. Oh Mann. Egal, wir gewinnen sowieso. Ja, ja. Mit welcher? Was? Ja, mach doch. Hä, welches Jana meinst du? Hä, du hast doch mit der Kontakt, hä? Hä, wie hast du nicht? Der Kontakt aufbauen heißt aber nur mit dir schreiben. Und so. Ja, das machst du ja mit der. Kontakt aufbauen heißt nicht treffen. Naja. Kontakt aufbauen heißt einfach nur, dass du halt mit der Person dann für gut befreundet bist. Natürlich kannst dich dann jemand treffen, so ist. Aber. Ja. Halt triff dich doch, die passt doch. Warum? Ja, was für Angst, Digga, was bist du für ein Schisser? Fischkopf, Schisskopf, Larry, Alter. Ja, richtiger Schisser, Mann. Wie lass dir mal Eier wachsen. Du Wichser. Verpiss dich! Nein! Oh mein Gott! Nein, schade, Digga, schade, schade, schade. Aber das war ganz knapp, Digga, ganz, ganz knapp. Colin! Ich bin die Taube! Guck mal den Skin an. Ich bin aber eine Taube, Digga. Was? Was, warum? Du bekommst ab Level 9. Ab Level 9 bekommst du die. Ey, ich komm gleich, okay? Ich komm gleich. So, Colin? Bin wieder da, du kleiner Wichser. Was? Was willst du jetzt? Bist du Kasache oder was? Bist du Kasache geworden? Bist du Kasache? Ja, wirklich? Oha, Digga. Ich will auch. Schade. Warum? Der kann mir gar nichts, dieser Hund. Der Typ kann mir gar nichts. Der denkt, der wäre einfach der Größte, Digga, ne? So ein dreckiger Hund. Diesen Typen, ne? Ich würde ihn sowas von fetzen. Colin? Mach dich mal bereit. Was hast du dann? Achso. Du Hund. Nee. Ich hab Angst. Digga. Was? Arthur. Also mein Insta-Namen halt ganz normal. Arthur.bxt. Digga, du Wichser. Was? Oh mein Gott. Hab's geschafft.
Here today, we're going to bring you a beginner's guide for epic archer commander pairings. For new players and advanced players into Rise of Kingdoms. Now, if you're into commander guides, you should like and subscribe We've got a ton of videos and playlists on this topic. We'll make sure to have those cards flashing across the top as we go. And we are a sponsored creator with Rise of Kingdoms, so consider liking and subscribing if you're into commander guides and Rise of Kingdoms. And that is the different units do counter each other. Archers are a counter to infantry. Infantry are a counter to cavalry. Cavalry are a counter to archers. However, that boost is pretty small. The reason I'm telling you about it, though, is that in the early game of Rise of Kingdoms, a lot of people are going to be running around with Minamoto, where they max either the first 1 or 2 skills on that commander, and he's a cavalry commander. So if you are going the route of investing in archers, you can expect to encounter some amount of folks who are really working hard to counter what you're doing. With that said, archer commanders are pretty phenomenal for a couple different scenarios. One of them has some of the very best utility available. Of course, there's 2 archer commanders that we're going to be talking about, and several commanders that don't actually care about what type of troop you're bringing that can be very good with these archers. Those 2 archers we're going to talk about are Kusunoki, who is a garrison commander and is focused on raw damage and hitting multiple targets, and then Herman, who is a single target utility commander. He does decent damage to that single target. He does generate some amount of rage in the 4th skill, and also has a silence on the 1st skill. It's that silence that we're going to talk about a little bit and try to play with. So, as we explore epic archer pairings, and I'm going to rank where I think some of them fit into the grand scheme of things. I want you to keep in mind that your Kusunoki is kind of about damage, and your Herman is about utility. Now, I say that, but there is one sort of unique thing about Kusunoki, and that is that he clears all negative status effects
blau, Alter, komm, wir müssen blau ficken.
in the 1st skill, which is very interesting.
Ich kann richtig ficken.
Now, if he happens to be unable to cast his
Gelb und
skill,
blau wird ausgeschieden.
well, then you can't actually
Nein,
remove
das müssen wir so lassen.
But otherwise, he's gonna clean up for you any negative status effects that might cause a problem.
Nein! Ich will das Gelb und Blau. Ja, aber ich will das Gelb und Blau ausgeschieden. Ach, Digga, scheiße.
In the situations where you use Herman, let's talk some of them fit into the grand scheme of things. I want you to keep in mind that your Kusunoki is kind of about damage, and your Herman is about utility. Now, I say that, but there is one sort of unique thing about Kusunoki, and that is that he clears all negative status effects that are on your march in the 1st skill, which is very interesting. Now, if he happens to be unable to cast his 1st skill because he's silenced, well, then you can't actually remove that control effect. But otherwise, he's going to clean up for you any negative status effects that might cause a problem. So for that reason, he's useful in some situations that are...
Ja, Digga, geil. Hui. Да. Играю. Nein. Да, сейчас. Ну, если сейчас придешь, тогда мы пойдем. Ja, okay. Ich mag's nicht am Abend Fitnessstudio eigentlich. Tja. Juhu. Dankeschön. Aha. Ciao. Okay, ciao. Digga. Absolut intenser Fight, Alter. Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott. Komm, komm, geh rein. Hab ihn rein. Doch, komm, er ist drin, er ist drin, er ist drin. Fuck, ich hätte springen sollen. Nein! Nein! Oh mein Gott! No way! Das ist nicht, der ist gerade nicht reingegangen, oder? Uff. Nein. Der Ball geht jetzt ganz bestimmt nicht ran. Nein! Du Wichser. Ja, komm, wir haben verkackt. Ja, die sind auch besser. Ja, komm, halt's Maul.
Very different than the situations where you use Herman. Let's talk first about Kusunoki pairings. The game investments, you know, probably are a very good early game in him as a commander is that the open field, primary for defending your city, and if you're bringing a full march of archers into the battlefield,
Hund,
you're
oder?
going to want to have a Kusunoki primary commander. The reason I areas for big fights, that is especially true in the Ark of Osiris game mode, and Sun Tzu is going to hit lots of targets and generate lots of rage and damage with Kusuno utility commander. He also really cares a lot about generating commander. The AoE on the battlefield damage factor person commander, big amounts of rate that I recommend you invest in along with commander for that march speed and utility. Very good. My number one pick is again going to be Sun Tzu. No coincidence, he's the first commander that I recommend you invest in along with Boudica. My number two pick is going to be, no surprise, Boudica. Both Sun Tzu and Boudica are generating big amounts of rage. That is going to enable you to have a higher uptime on your 2-second silence on this active skill. Now, what does a silence even do? It may enable to about it. Very powerful. With that said, there's one other thing that I think Herman can do that I really would not recommend. I really would not recommend it with Kusunoki. And that is that Herman is generating rage, right? There's a 10% chance to generate 100 rage, which is a non-trivial amount of rage. That's pretty darn solid. I think that opens up one other pairing that Kusunoki did not have, and that's if you want to go kind of a raw damage route, Osman, I think, is a really solid secondary with Herman. Osman really wanted the march speed to get around the battlefield. Osman really wanted the rage to cast skills more often, and that is because this third skill fires off every time you use an active skill. So let's say you get to 1,000 rage. Herman uses his active skill, 400 damage factor. There's a 1 second normal attack window, and then there's a 1 second boom. You do an active skill of Osman, that also fires off Sword of Osman, another 400 damage factor, in addition to his own active skill, which is 1,100 damage factor, which is pretty solid. I do want to point out that with the expertise skill on Herman, he actually has more damage factor and a bunch of utility, which is kind of remarkable. With that said, the thing about Osman that just makes him so stupendous is with a rage engine, which Herman can bring if you use the skill tree, you're going to fire off those skills with Osman a lot faster, do a lot more damage. It's going to work out real well. This pairing opens up to you. I don't love this pairing because it's focused on damage, and I think you should be focused on utility if you're going into the open field. However, Herman brings the utility, Osman brings the damage. It's a pretty solid pairing. Now, one commander I didn't mention is Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc is a solid utility play. I don't think she's the most optimal fit with Kusunoki or Herman because both of them are high skill damage commanders. They want to generate lots of rage and have a secondary commander that generates lots of rage too. You could use Joan of Arc. The other thing that you're missing out on will also be fun.
Die ganze Audible-Vielfalt in einer App. Jetzt downloaden.
Choose either one. They have the exact same trees. This is a full art. You're going to run out of really good options for where to put your talent points, and she'll fall off pretty substantially in terms of quality of commander and combo. Huge amounts of rage, which I think is the thing you're in the skill tree. Generating rage. It leverages the top tier of the archer talent, whistling arrows. You've got a chance on your normal attacks to increase all damage. We try to stick to archers, and if you used the Herman combo with the Joan of Arc secondary, that would all.
If I would have to rally with Herman, obviously he's.
What is up, guys? Today we're going to talk about Herman. This commander is solid. Now, as you can see, I am playing on BlueStacks in here. This is a emulator. So if you want to play on your computer with Rise of Kingdoms, you can check out our link in the description. You can download it from there. Also, I am Shinchi42, a sponsored content creator here in the Rise of Kingdoms. So in this video, we're going to be doing is we're going to talk about Herman. This is going to be a very quick guide. I'm going to help you to understand how Herman works in Rise of Kingdoms. So Herman is a commander that's using a skills path for the talent tree, meaning he is going to be able to gain a lot of rage in Rise of Kingdoms. Now, Herman is quite known for his disability skill. If you ask any Rise of Kingdoms player, if you want to ask which commanders has disability skill, they will say it's Herman. Herman has this ability to disable the target by reducing its rage whenever he casts his skill. And also, he's going to be able to silence the target for 2 seconds. Whenever we talk about 2 seconds in Rise of Kingdoms, it is going to be 2 turns. So when you look into the battle reports, you will see turns instead of seconds. Now, Herman, if you want to obtain Herman in the beginning, when you first start into the game, you will have to choose the civilization named Germany. In Germany, Herman will be your starting commander. And Herman also amplified the marching speed of the artisan troops. So what that he is also going to be able to buff the watchtower health, right? So Herman's last skill in here makes it quite unique, but not too unique as his first skill. He's going to be able to increase his rage regeneration here. That 10%. Well, now he also has an increased normal attack damage bonus for his entire troop. So the skill of Herman would a very great command for Herman of the first skill. So if we're looking into commander pairing for epics, definitely Kusunoki Masashige is a very good combination for Herman. They are both archer commanders, so you do get the buff for archers. So for Herman, what you can also do is you can pair it up with Osman as well, which is a very great commander in here, very high scale damage for an epic commander. So you can do Herman and Osman being with Herman, so you can get the archer buffs. Another thing that you can do once you move into the legendary commanders, you can do a Yi Song Nye and Herman. I would put whoever has the highest level as the primary commander. Now, if you pair it up with El Cid, you can do a Mega Disable commander setup. So just think about that one. We will talk about these legendary commanders in some point in our videos. Herman is a very unique commander, very useful if you really want to reduce the rage of the opponents, preventing them from casting skill, he is the guy for you. Another combination that I have thought of is using Herman and Boudica. Why did I say Boudica? It's because Boudica has the ability also to reduce rage by 100. So with this, whenever these two cast their skill, they're going to be able to reduce the target's rage by 200. Boudica is a very versatile commander that can be used with anybody. You can also use Joan of Arc if you like. Joan of Arc, of course, has a buff to increase the archers at sea, increase archery attack by 30%, and also increase the normal damage bonus as 25% as well. More into the moving speed in here, as you can see. A solid commander. If you are building into Herman, you can check out this build. We have it more into the moving speed in here, as you can see. So Herman already has some moving speed from his skills, so we're just going to amplify that here with our talent tree. If you are defending in structures, you may want to consider this build or garrison. Garrison there, people in a Herman is a nice build. Commander here with our talent. If you are defending in structures, you may want to consider this build. This is cities. If you're doing the units, so this build that you can speed in here, as you can see. So her